Today we're going to be taking a look at the best gooseneck hitches available for the 2019 Chevrolet Silverado 3500. Now we're going to be focusing on three different gooseneck hitches. The first we're going to be looking at is the B&W underbed gooseneck ball mount. Second is the Curt double lock flip and store. And then we have the Hide-A-Goose from Draw-Tite. Now each of these have been specifically designed to fit your vehicle. They've got the custom side plates. These are going to use pre-existing holes in your frame to make installation pretty straightforward. Like any gooseneck, it's going to take a little bit of work, but you're not going to have to do the welding and drilling that we kind of did in the past. Now each of the hitches are designed to help you out when hauling your gooseneck trailer. It's going to give you that connection point in the bed. Something else you'll enjoy about each of these, and one of the reasons we picked them, when not in use, that ball is going to store into that down position, giving you full access to the bed. So overall they're going to work out really well there. Each of them are going to come with a 2 5/16 inch ball. It's going to be pretty standard for your goosenecks. For the B&W, they do have a 3-inch ball available, so if you have the need for that, that's available in that fit. And on all the goosenecks, while in this configuration, it's going to work out for most long and short bed situations. There is an offset available, 4 or 5 inches, depending on the manufacturer, for the B&W, the Curt, and for the Draw-Tite. Might be something to consider if you do have the shorter beds, just to give you more room between the front of your trailer and the cab of your pickup truck. Now as far as weight ratings go on our hitches, all three of them are going to be identical. There's a vertical load limit of 7,500 pounds. That's the maximum downward force we can put on the ball. Each of the hitches is going to have a 30,000 pound gross trailer weight rating. So that's the total weight of your trailer and anything you might load up on it. Now as far as the truck's weight rating goes, you need to check your owner's manual, because depending on the engine that it has in it, that can change a little bit, but be sure not to exceed that. Now let's talk about some of the differences that we have among the hitches. Of course the finish is going to be a little bit different. I don't think that's the important part, but the B&W does have a nice gray powder coat finish, more of a matte black finish here on our Curt, and then the Draw-Tite has more of a gloss black finish. Now it seems like the B&W finish and Curt finish do seem to hold up a little bit better, but most of this is going to be completely underneath the bed of your truck. You're never going to see it again. And I think the main difference that you're going to be the most concerned about is how is it going to feel, or how's it going to function as you're going down the road. And basically I like to look at the balls themselves for this. See how much they move, see how much they twist. The more movement or twisting we get, the more that's going to be felt in the vehicle. If we look at the B&W, up and down and side to side, very minimal movement and almost zero twist as we go side to side. A little bit of a rock, but not too much. We go down to our Curt. You can see a little bit of side to side there, but as far as up and down, side to side, maybe a little bit more than what we had out of that B&W, so that might lead to just slightly more noise, but shouldn't be that big of a difference. And then we've got our Draw-Tite here. This one seems to have a little bit more movement than what the others do. A little bit more of a twist there. So definitely something to keep in mind. Any movement that we have in these is going to be transferred, and it's something we'll feel as we head down the road. So that's going to be something to keep in mind for the quality of ride that we get. The more movement that we have in our connection point, the more we'll feel that. Now as far as ease of use goes, they're all going to be pretty close to the same. There are some minor differences in the way the handles work. Now to operate the B&W, what you'll do is pull out. We're going to rotate it slightly clockwise. A little tab catches in that notch. And at that point, we'll slide our ball out. Now with the B&W, it doesn't really matter which way you put the ball in. Just need to have flat side towards the flat side there. Rotate that handle and allow it to be secured. For the double lock, very similar. We pull out and rotate it to get it locked into position. And here you'll see a little raised piece of steel there. I'll help us get this one out. Now instead of the B&W, you can put that one in either way. This one you can see it's got little tabs here that stick out on the side. We're going to align those in our slots as it goes in. Just like that. We'll rotate it, allow it to come in. Now the Draw-Tite pin release, when you pull this out, you can move it either towards the rear of the truck or towards the front of the truck. It's not really a rotating handle. You can see there's a little bit, kind of a little bit of slop in it here that we don't see out of the other ones. So as far as the feel, I like the double lock, and I like the B&W, the way those feel when you pull them more than this one. And it's going to be pretty similar to the B&W in that pin that goes across. Rotate it around. It also has the slot and the alignment tab. So we'll make sure we get those lined up. Then it'll slide back in. Then we can just move our handle the opposite direction. Get it to slide in. Then the last thing you're going to see difference-wise is our safety chain connection points here. Each one of them are going to be spring-loaded, so they automatically retract. That's nice to prevent noise, so they don't rattle as we're heading down the road. Out of the three, the B&W is going to extend out the most. You can see our Curt is going to come out about that far. The B&W is about an inch further than that, inch and a half further out than that. Then our Draw-Tite, it's going to come up a fair amount. I think overall you're going to have the best luck getting safety chains connected to the B&W. Now another thing to consider is ease of installation. You're only going to do it one time, but I definitely like the way the Curt and the B&W install over the Draw-Tite. Basically with the Draw-Tite, we've got these two carriage bolts here. Now those are going to go down and through. And as we raise this up into position, those always seem to hit the bottom of the bed. That's why raising the bed on this kit is a little bit more important. You can raise it up a couple inches and buy yourself some extra room. Then we've got the two carriage bolts here on the front. We've got one here, one on the other side in the same place. Well, the nuts and the conical tooth washers for these two are really close, so it's kind of hard to get a wrench in there. Not saying that the Curt and the B&W don't also have a challenging bolt in there. I just think it's a little easier to get these done. With the Curt, you're only going to need a socket. There's no nuts on the other side to hang on to. The B&W, it will have a couple nuts across the forward or the leading edge here that you'll have to tighten up using a wrench and a socket. So pretty close between the two. Now as far as adaptability goes, all of these can be converted over to run a fifth wheel hitch or a kingpin box that comes down. Just need to choose the right adapter, whether you already have a fifth wheel or you need the whole unit. But each one of them can handle that, so you can also haul a fifth wheel trailer with your gooseneck. But B&W also has inverted kingpins, inverted goosenecks. They've got a lot of accessories designed to fit in that square opening, which if you get into a lot of different trailers with a lot of different couplers might be important to you. Now that was a lot of information, so let's do a quick summary on what we've talked about there. As far as ease of use, I like both the B&W and the Curt. As far as ease of installation, B&W and Curt again are very easy. The Curt might have a slight edge. As far as functions concerned, the B&W and Curt are both excellent choices. And when it comes to adaptability, since B&W does have quite a few additional options available to fit your needs, it's going to be the winner there. And that's going to complete our look at the best goosenecks available for the Chevrolet Silverado 3500.